Good morning, students. Hope you have already finished doing the assignments of chapter 2. We have already discussed in detail about active and passive voice and had given you some exercise in the assignment in your grammar book. Now let us move on to chapter 3. We have got in chapter 3 tenses and their use. Let's see, you are already familiar with the tenses. We have been learning for the past few years that tenses help us to know the time of an action. Say it indicates the time of an action or a state. Now let's see what do you mean by action of a action or state. We have here tenses of three kinds. That's present tense, past tense and future tense. So present tense is something that happens in the present, past something that is already over, and future something that would be following. We have got action and state. Say tense of action and state. Now what is the difference between action and state? We have in the first sentence, she does the work. Does means something to be done, that is doing work, say action word. And second one we have got he is fat. He is means something that is a being, state. Say the difference between the action and the state is in the state we use an auxiliary verb as a main verb, and in the action we use a doing verb as the main verb. Now in tenses we have mainly three kinds, that is present tense, past tense, future tense. So now let us see the present tense. In present tense we have four forms. You are already familiar with it, that is simple present, present continuous, present perfect and present perfect continuous. Now we shall see in detail about simple present tense. Let us see where do we use simple present tense. When do we use simple present tense? First of all, simple present tense is used to express universal truth. What do you mean by universal truth? Something that does not change. Say for example, the sun rises in the east, otherwise honey is sweet, or we have mosquitoes causes malaria, and so on. Something that does not change. For the second one we have something that for actual habitual actions, something that goes on habitually, daily. So for example, cats drink milk, or say my father goes for a walk, I go to school daily. So something that happens daily, a habitual action. The second one we have express actions in the immediate past, immediate present, something that is happening just now. And the first point we have at the taking place in the immediate presence. That means what I am doing now. Say I teach English. Say here comes the leader. See how it looks. All these are something that is happening at the time of the speaking. Second one, we have to express things that happen in a flash, often in our mind. That means something that goes on often in our mind. That is, I agree with you, or I rely on your support, and so on. Then we have to show people how to do something. Say when you want to tell people how to do something. See, look at here, to make a cake. So when you want to say to people how to make cake, then we use in simple present tense take, okay, or we put. So all this is in simple present tense. The fourth point is to indicate the present period. To indicate the present period. So something that is going on in the present time. So for example, my father works in a say factory, or my mother goes to school. Say something that is happening in the present time. Second one is to express a future fixed action. Look at, to express a future fixed action. Say for example, something that is fixed. Say school will open on June 1st. So it is a fixed action. So we can say the schools opens at 6 a.m. or say the school opens on June 1st, and so on. So something that is already fixed and we are sure that it will happen at a particular time, at a particular day, or at a particular period in the future, then we use a simple present tense. Second one is to show ownership or relationship. Say something that you own. Say you have a car with you, you have a computer with you. So to say that you own it. So this car belongs to me, or this computer belongs to my brother. So something that to show the relationship or the ownership. The second one is with the verb of perception. What is meaning of perception? Perception means understand. Perception means something to do with understanding. So perception like see, hear, smell, taste, feel. With all these we use simple present tense. For example, see, I see her enjoying every moment. Then we have the eighth one. We have in a dramatic narrative. When you want to narrate something, you remember you have been learning to write the essays, narrative essays. So in narrative essays we usually use a simple present tense. So when we want to express something or narrate something, we use a simple present tense. Next one, in conditional clauses, we have already learned it in the last year. If you remember, conditional clauses are if. When you use if, the first part of the if clause is always in simple present tense, and the main clause will be in future tense or in the tense that follows by it. So we have if he works, then he will succeed. So works or runs is the simple present tense. So in conditional clause also we use a simple present tense. Then we have a in time clause. Or you have already learned last time in time clause when we use the word when or yet, till, and so on. So here we have got a time clause. So we are example here when, while, until, after, as soon as. With all these, the subordinate clause will be always in a simple present tense. For example, you see when you reach is a simple present tense. I'll stay there till you come. See, come is a simple present tense. So in the subordinate clause we have got a simple present tense. Now let's see the 11th one. The 11th one we have a when in scientific fact. Say when in a scientific fact, that means something that is scientifically proven things, it will always be said in a simple present tense. So I hope you have already understood simple present tense where we use them. So we use them mainly in to express the universal truth, or to express the habitual action, or to express the action that happens in the immediate present, or to indicate actions that happened in the present period, or to express the future fixed action, something that is already fixed in a future at a particular time or period. Then to show the ownership or relationship, and then with the verbs of perception, then in the narratives, and in the conditional and time clauses. So we use in all these places simple present tense. So we have here now how do we write simple present tense. Say look at here, in simple present tense they have already given what is the format that you have to use when you have to use the simple present tense. See what they have given. In simple present tense, subject plus verb plus s or es with the third person singular subject. Now what do you mean by this? We have, let's take an example for simple present tense. My brother works my brother works in a factory. See here, the subject means my brother. Works means verb. Now, in the example we saw verb plus s or es. Verb plus s or es means it can be either singular or plural. See, let us see in this sentence where we saw my brother works in a factory. It's works, and works is singular form. As my brother is a singular form, the verb that is used also is a singular form. So if the subject is the singular, then the verb must be singular. And if the subject is plural, say my brothers, then the verb must also be plural, then it will become work. So that is why they have explained there subject plus verb. It could be s or es, and then the predicate. So we have subject plus verb plus the third person singular subject, s or es with the third person singular subject. So we have got a subject plus verb plus predicate. Very simple way if you write subject plus verb plus predicate. So let us see now about present continuous tense. Now let us see about present continuous tense. Now present continuous tense is used in the following places. For example, when an action is in progress. What do you mean by in progress? When the action is going on. Say someone is knocking at the door, my brother is studying, my parents are working, or my mother is cooking. Something that is going on. Here second one is a temporary situation. What's the meaning of temporary situation? At that present time, what the things are going on. Say I am listening to the English lecture, or my brother is playing with his doll, or say his toy car, and so on. So something that time, the temporary time, the action that is going on. The third one, planned future action. We already saw in the simple present tense something that is a fixed future action. Fixed future action means that is we are sure tomorrow at 6 o'clock there will be a say movie. So that's a fixed action. Now here we have a planned future action. So when we have got a planned future action, we use in a present continuous tense. Say we are going to Shimla next year. See, are going to Shimla next year. So something that is a going to happen in the future. It is though it is next year, some action of the future, we use it in present continuous tense to show that it will be happening. Next one is repeated action. Repeated action means something that will be continuously happening, always happening. For example, she is always helping the poor. That means always helping the poor means it happens all the time. She continuously does this work, so she is always helping, or she is always insisting on. So something that action happens all the time. So we have got this present and simple present and present continuous tense. I hope you have already understood it. So we see all once again what is the verb form used in simple in present continuous. Look at the subject plus am is are plus verb plus ing. For example, I am going to market. So I is the subject, am is are. So am is used with the I, is used with the singular subject, are is used with the plural subject. So I am, here I is the subject, therefore we use am, going, ing form of the verb, to the market, the predicate. So we see subject am is are plus verb plus ing. We have already learned it in the last year, so I hope you understand it better now. We move to the next topic in the next class. Before that, we have got in your book chapter 3, page number 49, and the chapter beginning at page number 49, and you have an assignment in page number 51 and page number 53. We have a 51 we have a simple present tense, and 53 we have a 51 present continuous tense we have. So I request you to do the exercise, that is assignment given in page number 51. That will be helpful for you when you come to the next class. So till then, I had already given you homework in the last class, that is to write one essay from all the lesson. I hope you are writing it. You must do it in 2 days time. One essay must be finished. So you have got 5 essays to write from chapter 1 to chapter 5. I hope you have already started with it. Along with those essays, your present homework is the assignment that is lying in page number 51, that is regarding present continuous tense. Please make sure you do it before you come to the next session. Thank you. Stay home. Stay safe. Thank you. God bless you.